Welcome to 2024 and to a brand new season for the Pass the Game Challenge. 6 developers make a complete video game, but they can't communicate. Last year we collaborated with hundreds of different developers, making a multiplayer car-smashing zombie apocalypse, an epic odyssey about a leaping frog, a stalwart superhero that defends a megalopolis, and so much more. You never know how these games might end up, so there's twists, turns, terrible misunderstandings, and that's all part of the fun. We've got a fresh lineup of insane creators for this episode, so with that said, let's start the project with developer number 1, DataBlob.
So for this challenge I made an open world racing game where you control a dragon using tank-style controls, which means that you're controlling each wing individually, giving you thrusts both forward and backwards. The setting is a medieval-style town which I assembled with assets by Quaternius. And here I'm building a little racetrack for our dragon to pace through, and I've already attached something using a spring to the dragon. The goal is to make this a rickshaw that the dragon can pull and eventually do cool stuff with this, as you'll see later on. Building the rickshaw was easy enough, but building the corresponding physics system wasn't as easy. I decided to do what any self-respecting developer would do, and I went to GitHub and picked up this MIT licensed solution for carts attached to horses, and yeah, seems pretty good. So now that this was out of the way, I decided it was time to add some fun little characters by Kai Lausberg from the Adventurers character pack. This will be one of our passengers. Here I'm adding a passenger system so that passengers can be picked up by the rickshaw, and there you go. He's happy and traveling. Now he just needs a destination, which is this blue area here. And in order to know where to go in this big open world, I added this little arrow, a little bit of UI. Now you have a timer, and the timer is replenished by picking up and delivering the happy little NPCs. I added a game over screen and a little bit of quality of life stuff for the next developer working on this. Then I decided to make the town a little more organic. I also had the problem of the player escaping the bounds, so I basically made everything bigger to close up those pesky little gaps. So here I'm adding a little overlay that shows us the controls. It's W and E on the keyboard to control the left wing, and I and O, or you use 2 sticks on a gamepad. And here's how the final thing turned out. I hope you enjoy it. I think it's pretty fun. So the goal of the game is to pick up these passengers, deliver them as quickly as possible, and of course avoid flipping your rickshaw cart as you run over these obstacles.
Now guys, if you also want to learn how to make video games, then you're in luck, because we've just finished making a completely free mini course that will teach you the fundamentals of game dev using Unity. In this 3-part series, we'll be making a fast-paced arcade game, a really stylish city builder, and finally a fireball throwing simulator. We'll learn how to navigate around the Unity interface, how to add components, create 3D objects, add post-processing and special effects, and really a lot more. This is the perfect way to start your game development learning journey, and again, it's completely free. You just need to sign up using the link in the description, and we'll be sending you the course via email. With that said, let's move on to the next developer.
After opening the project, I had no idea what this last dev was doing. It's a weird dragon game or something, so I'm just gonna start a fresh tower defense project, and just kidding, but I will replace the dragon with a nice pair of low poly hands. The first thing that stood out to me was the visuals. I think it's a really cute idea, so I'm just gonna make the players stand out from the rest of the map a little more. I was having a really hard time testing this game because I'm just so bad at these controls, so I spent the next 35 minutes practicing the game, and I hit this clip. My first idea is to add these placeholder traffic lights, which if you run through while they're red, the police dragons in the town will be notified and they'll chase you for the next 30 seconds. So you're gonna have to strategize whether it's worth risking losing your customer or if you'd rather be chased by the police. I considered combat, but I just don't think it really suits this game, so I'm gonna leave it out. I'm not a huge fan of scoring games, so I'm gonna leave it up to the next dev to figure out what the rewards are, but I am gonna add some placeholder coins because I think it would suit the gameplay loop. As if there still wasn't enough reasons to go fast, I added a combo to the drop-offs so that you can chain them together and get a bigger and bigger bonus after delivering someone. I then made you actually lose the game when the cart flips, and I made the controls a little more forgiving. Not for myself, of course, I'm a professional. The main focus of this game is driving, which I decided isn't hard enough already, so I want to add some wooden boxes that you'll have to destroy with your fire breath, which I didn't have time to finish, so I hope the next person's gonna notice. As a final idea, I want some tripwires like Capcan in Rainbow Six Siege, where you'd have to gain enough speed to go up the ramp and fly over them, but I didn't have time, so now there's just a bomb. Not gonna lie, I'm kinda terrified to see what the next person does with this, because I guarantee you they're not gonna understand my idea. So...
Hello, my name is Ignas, and my goal for this game will be to make it smooth. First I played the game a bit, and I was positively surprised. Game visuals looked really nice. But the problem was I was keep glitching throughout the map, every 5 meters, which is not ideal. Also, I found controls kinda complicated, and I crashed rickshaw, like a lot. But despite all that, I loved the idea, and I was so excited to work on the project. I decided to let rickshaw rest in peace in this corner, and I will focus on dragon gameplay instead. I remapped controls to more simple VSW and adjusted steer speed to make it more responsive. Next, I really want to improve dragon animations, and the quickest way to do it is to rotate dragon to the direction it flies. And here we go, it feels much more alive. Another thing missing is boost. It's a big city and now it just feels too slow to get around. So, with boost done, we got really nice controls. And not falling throughout the map. Okay, warm-up is over, let's do some cool features. I want to do 3 big things. Improve taxi system, expand on police chase mechanic, and add sound effects. Let's start with taxi. Instead of preset points, I will make that each passenger choose random destinations throughout the city. This will make each playthrough different, and we don't have to go same route every time. Wanted level. Right now, once we run a red light, police chases for the rest of the game, which is not fair from player standpoint. Let's tweak it a bit. New police system will have this heat level, and this is how it works. If police dragons gets too close to you, you will not lose instantly. Instead, they start arresting you. This red meter fills, and then you lose. But if you're smart and fast, which of course you are, you can try to lose them. Once you go far away, they stop looking for you, and you can continue with your taxi business. So, with police and taxi systems finished, game feels much better. But I can't stop here, there is one important thing missing. Audio. There is no dragon sounds, no pickups and no music, so let's add all this. And actually, this is perfect timing, cause I just did bunch of sound effects for my upcoming Steam game, Graveyard Gunslingers. This is definitely the best zombie game I ever made. Playtest just happened and those who played had so much fun. I can't wait to release next update, so don't miss it, go wishlist now and join the club. And now back to Dragon Taxi. So first sound I want to add is Dragon Wings Flap. I will tie the sound to animation, so it doesn't matter how fast or slow animation plays, it plays exactly on this moment. Also I added this wind effect when you use boost, and these cute NPC sounds. To wrap everything up, I used this royalty-free medieval city soundtrack. And with all these effects and soundtrack, game finally feels really fun to play. In the end I still got couple hours left, so I expanded on city map a bit. Added more destination points and more police patrols throughout the map, added more visual variations for passengers, and with all this, my work was done. I'm pretty happy with the results, and it is smooth. I'm gonna go ahead, pack this game, and send it to the next developer. Have fun.
Hey guys, it's my turn now to check the project and do some cool stuff with it. Let's see the game. Oh, is that some kind of traffic control? Dragons. Reminds me of Mafia 1. Where you have to drive and then, obey the traffic rules. I think I could probably do some kind of general polish, make sure the values update. Alright, so what I did is I updated the value, now the score counter counts, and also restart button works now. I also made so that the more police are in range, the easier you get busted. I then added town walls, so that you can't escape. You will be doing this forever. Then I got tired, so I stopped working on the project for today. I got other stuff to do. I don't know, like eat. And then I added more traffic lights. I was refreshed after a good night's sleep. I then added moon sugar. Passengers who have moon sugar give you more gold. and then I stopped working for the day. And then I added roads.
Hey, I'm Zoteling. I'm the developer behind Grapples Galore, and I also make game dev videos here on YouTube. When I first opened the game, it took me a little while to understand how it works, but after a little while I started to get the hang of it. The first thing I wanted to do is change the visuals a little bit. The 3D models themselves looked great, but I felt like some of the textures and lighting clashed a little bit. After a little bit of work though, this is how the game looks. Next, I thought the game needed a main menu. I started by creating this little scene, and then tried making some UI. I wasn't crazy about how the UI looked though, so I decided to first revamp the UI in-game. After a little bit of experimenting, this is the style I landed on, and it's not perfect, but I think it looks very good. This is how the main menu looks in that style. I also added some button hover effects and hooked up all the main menu logic. Next, I added a score and high score system, and created a little restart menu. Now the game had a full gameplay loop. I also wanted to add more game feels, so I added these speed lines when you boost. Then I decreased the amount of extra time the game gives you when you deliver a passenger. I felt like the game was a little too easy otherwise. I also wanted to add some sort of a new mechanic, so I decided to add these orbs that refill your boost bar when you hit them. Also, quick plug, check out Grapples Galore on Steam. It's free. Thanks for this opportunity, and good luck to the next participant.
Hey guys, I'm Imilkowski Dev and I have a YouTube channel where I haven't posted for a couple months, but I promise I will return. I'm also a creator of Miniland Adventure, which you can find on Steam. Let's talk about the game now. As I'm the last person in this challenge, I didn't want to change too much, and fortunately the game was very good and I didn't have to. However, I still found some stuff missing or those that needed an improvement. Flying around and collecting small orbs reminded me of Pac-Man, which became an inspiration for a couple new features. I changed how the boost works. Instead of holding the shift key, now it was always on and it could only regenerate through the orbs. Then I changed the map so it was more squarish and added a minimap so we could navigate better and see how many police are after you. Next thing were some visual improvements like a polished UI, more visible timer, which was very important because originally you could simply lose without even noticing that the timer has reached 0, so I changed it to become larger, more red, and added a clicking sound whenever you have little time left. Also, the game over screen was basically the same as in the menu, so I changed it to now show 2 Polish dragons that busted you. The game needed some boost, some adrenaline. The police were not too challenging, quite slow. You could fly through them and it didn't matter how long they were chasing you. That needed to be changed, and here comes a second inspiration, GTA. I changed a rather confusing evade busted bar to wanted stars and made police more aggressive the longer they're chasing you. Now every 10 seconds you will get a star, and with each star the police will be faster. I also added a collider to police dragons so they could block and hit you. Making that, I created a small problem. You see, it's almost impossible to escape now when you reach a 5-star wanted level. But no worries, I had a spare ace up my sleeve all that time. Let's steal one more thing from Pac-Man. I placed a few red orbs around the map that, after collecting, give you an ability to get a little revenge for a limited time. And now that should be all for me. I hope you all liked the final state of the game. See ya! Oh, and one more thing, I added a small tutorial for all the previous devs.
How happy are you guys with the end results of Dragon Taxi?
I was actually pretty surprised when I turned it on. It was polished, it has menu, tutorial and everything.
Move with Wasad. Yeah, that makes me pretty Wasad.
Collect red orbs to get a little revenge when needed. Sweet. I guess it's like Pac-Man when you chase the ghosts.
I thought it had a pretty fun core gameplay loop. It was kind of like a 3D Pac-Man in the end, and I thought it was pretty fun and felt creative, and I like where it ended up.
Wow, this feels like a real game now. Very cool.
I love the speed orbs, they're super satisfying. They make me feel like Pac-Man.
Wow, we got a proper mini-map and everything now? That's insane.
Yeah, so I got the project and I was like positively surprised again. It looked nice. It felt a bit buggy and janky. I had like a choice to continue the rickshaw. I tried to refactor it, but it was so janky. So in the end, yeah, I kinda get rid of the rickshaw and I focus on the dragon. I don't know if this is like was a good choice or not, but I don't know. You guys judge.
I think it was good.
You did a great job.
Really good, yeah.
I agree.
I'm really happy they kept the police and the traffic lights. I mean, in the ideal world, they would have kept my bomb as well, but you gotta respect the choice to leave it out.
Ugh, I need a boost. Love the sound effect when you eat the cops. That's definitely what eating medieval police sounds like, especially when a dragon does it.
I mainly expanded like outside of the parts that were already established, so I added a few new mechanics and updated some visuals.
I really like how UI turned out. I left placeholder UI on purpose and I was hoping someone will do it properly, and they did. Good job, everyone.
If you had to expand on this game, what would be your first ideas to improve this particular project?
Maybe I would push it even more like into the crazy taxi direction of things, have maps where you have elevation changes, where you go up and down slopes, and maybe you can be a bit more stunty with everything, do jumps and tricks and stuff. That would be pretty cool. I think it has that arcade vibe going for it already, and that would add a lot more energy, but I think everybody contributed really well to making this janky mess that it started out with into like almost a full game. It was really good. Oh no, I'm about to get busted. Go, go, go! I need a boost.
So I'd like to see maybe upgrades or more power-ups, different objective maybe.
So there were those city walls, and I think environment, like new environment, like the goal is for you to escape the city, or maybe, you know, police chase you outside of the city. I think that's the take maybe I would take, you know.
The core loop feels solid, I think, so there's no need for changes, like only expanding on this, because like the core loop is fun, I think.
So amazing to see what this project has become, and yeah, wow. Thank you very much for everyone working on this.
Well done everyone, because this feels really polished, it looks good, so yeah, good job.
We hope you enjoyed the first episode of 2024, and remember that if you also want to become a game creator, check out our free course with a link in the description. In it, we make 3 unique video games, a super cool arcade game, a city builder, a fireball simulator. You'll have a lot of fun and also learn quite a lot. Also remember to subscribe to the channel. We're super close to 500,000 subscribers. I'll be releasing an incredible video when we do. So yeah, see you real soon, guys. Cheers.